Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning! I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. We put a fresh coat of paint on our outdoor patio chairs yesterday.
Yes, and I'm feeling it today.
Jason couldn't get out of bed.
But I know
He
karate
was
now.
like, honey, you're going to have to push me. Push me. And so then I was pushing, and then he's like, now you have to get out of the bed, come around and pull me. So it was literally.
I feel like there's a balloon in the middle of my back.
Do you?
Yes, it's a big muscle.
Oh.
It's good.
So what do you learn from that?
Well,
How can we spin that positive?
well, I know that. So I've been talking early in the week that I need to get back on my water routine because I've kind of slacked a little.
Slacker.
Well, when you travel, when you travel.
Here's the thing: when you travel, you don't want to have to get out and go to the bathroom. That's really what it is.
But often when you travel, you should be up in your water.
Upping, increasing.
If you're flying, you definitely need to increase your water intake. You hydrate more.
But here's the thing: is then we're on planes, and then we have to use the laboratory.
Yeah, the shaky
Why do they
laboratory.
call it the laboratory?
Because you go in there and laugh.
I don't even know what that means. But anyway, so we counterintuitively do the opposite thing because it's more practical.
We take what seems to be the easy trick, the easy out.
Okay, so you're sore this morning, and
but it reminds me that I did good also.
oh, so maybe it's good that you're sore.
It reminds
You're
me of kind
growing.
of those
Your muscles are getting bigger.
it kind of reminds me of those days where we would do like hard workouts and that feels good.
Do you notice how he said that at past tense?
It's just those. It's that one area because I was very intense with my paint the fence.
That's a karate move,
I know,
right?
Yeah.
You
Don't be throwing punches today. I'll be blocking those.
Oh, you
Paint
missed
the
those
fence.
too.
I'm a little slow.
Well, when I was helping him out of bed and realizing how sore he is, I, on the other hand, feel so refreshed that we have nice white chairs. Like it makes me feel polished and put together, and it makes me feel proud of our house.
Just the energy that you had yesterday of seeing it all kind of coming together.
Yes.
It was almost like showtime.
We've been doing a little TLC to the exterior of our home, and it makes me feel so great. We have the pavers stripped and sealed. We had our house pressure washed. We had the roof done. And yesterday we painted the chairs, and it just makes me want to spend time outside. It just makes me feel good. And when you feel good, isn't that really the trick in life?
Well, life is about how we feel and the experience we have of it. Can I hold this for you?
Please hold this. I want to get up here. I'm a little far away. I want to say hello to everyone. Sheila, Marilyn, we haven't seen you live in a while. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Patrick, BJ, Marcy's here. Okay, so my question to all of you, Julyn is here too. I see all of you. What area of your life do you need a little fresh coat of paint? Is it self-care, self-love, maybe spending time with friends? Maybe there's a relationship in your family. Maybe it's something in your career. Maybe it's spending time with your kids. Where there's always an area. I like to divide my life into 7 areas. I call them the 7 F's. I'll try to remember them all. Fitness, we always forget one.
We call it effing.
No, we don't call it that. But there's fitness. There's your finances, there's your field, that's your career field. There's family, friends, faith, and fun.
Nailed it.
Those are the 7 F's. right?
Yeah, that's it.
So if you like put it out on a wheel and you divide your life into the 7 F's, ideally we want that wheel to be balanced, because when it's balanced, we roll better down the road,
The
right?
road of life.
But
Yes.
as we know, sometimes there's potholes, sometimes there's ruts in the road, and sometimes we get stuck. And therefore, maybe a spoke breaks, or
Yeah, you can look back through some of our videos,
Yes.
and you can see where some of the times my fitness F was off. So I had pudgy face, and
Wait.
I had pudgy belly. And
Yes.
every time I lifted my arm, there would be a little flab there. So
Well, and you just kind of described that with your soreness too.
Yeah.
I mean, you look great and you've been eating well,
thank you.
but maybe we need
But I
to
need
up
to
the
get
exercise a little
more
bit.
tone with muscular tone.
So I guess what we're saying is every little obstacle in life, every little challenge that we face, whenever there's an area like a sore muscle, it's just they're teaching us. They're always teaching us, right? So many times when our circumstances don't go the way we want, we say, why? Why is this happening? Well, why is a disempowering question. And if we can turn it to, how can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? How can I grow? What do I need to do in order to move forward? Those are the empowering questions.
And knowing what you want to feel at the end. Like, what is it that I'm looking for? Like, so often we don't know what we want to look for.
Yes.
We know what we don't want. So I don't want the situation I'm in. Let me search for any other situation, but then I find something I don't want again. But if you know what you're looking for, then you can kind of work towards that. And when you realize the feeling that you're having and it's not ideal, then you can know what to work towards.
Yes. And it's all about imagining the feeling at the
Yes.
end. That's how you get there, is when you can attach a feeling or an emotion to things. Think about in your past. Okay. Jason teases me because I have a very, very vivid memory.
Yes.
I remember everything from my childhood. And here's why, is I feel life. I always attach emotions. And then in my teenage years, when we all have these hormones and we're feeling all sorts of things, I had a very tragic car accident in those times. And so I remember how I felt almost through my entire high school years. I can remember almost everything.
There's a lot of feeling there.
Everything.
And
I
that's
remember.
deep emotional feeling.
Deep emotional feeling. So when you can attach feeling to anything that you're experiencing, you will remember it more. Which is why when you're reading a book or when you're learning something new, you should stop and do jumping jacks or do something to make an emotion, to anchor what you're learning. It's getting into a different state. Okay, so I just gave you a ton of information there. But what Jason's saying is, when you know what you want, if you can imagine how it feels, and here I go again. Woo! If you can imagine how it feels,
create a deep emotional anchor in the future of what you want.
That is the trick to manifesting. That is manifesting 101. And for anyone who wants to build a life that they crave, a life of their dreams, a life that they thought they would have when they were a child, you know what I'm talking about. In order to create that, we have to imagine how it feels. Now, I'm going to tie this back to our chairs and refresh of paint. Just putting a fresh coat of paint on the exterior of our house and on my chairs yesterday makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel, and I'm just going to be very, very real with all of you, it makes me feel abundant, wealthy, proud. I just want to show my house off.
Alive, energized.
It makes me feel what I'm creating.
Productive. Not dingy.
Yes.
You know, how many times, no matter how positive you are, sometimes you wake up feeling dingy. it's a weird word, but sometimes you're working
You
so
do.
hard and you're doing everything. You just
do.
feel dingy. You're like,
Feel
gosh,
dingy.
I'm tired. Like I'm going.
And you don't want to tell people you feel dingy.
You need that fresh coat.
Yeah, you don't want to acknowledge, wow, I feel a little dingy
It's
today.
almost like it's almost like that vacation. It's like, but sometimes you come back from a vacation and you're tired.
I'm always a little dingy after a vacation.
Like throw me in the washing machine. Can somebody unpack me and put me in the washing machine?
Dingy is a really great word. And that's
maybe the dingy ate your baby.
that's dingo. Maybe the
dingy ate your dingo.
I'm sorry. The next time someone says, "How are you today?" I dare you. I challenge all of you to say.
Don't say dingy. Say I was dingy, but I put a fresh coat on this morning.
Say I was feeling dingy until I saw you. That's how you spin it. That's how you spin it. I was feeling dingy until you came into my life. At any rate, it's all about how we feel. And seriously, we have more control than what we think on how we feel. You may think, oh, I'm in a depression, and I've been in a depression for 2 years, and I just don't feel good. Well, you know what? Change your physiology. Change the words that you're using. Don't use dingy.
Change your curiosity.
Change your curiosity. You can change your state like that. And when you change your state, you change the way you act. And when you change the way you act, you change the experiences you have. And when you change the experiences you have, you change your beliefs and your thoughts, which create how you feel. It's a circle of an equation. And I need to write it out because I say it all the time, and I know people are following my hand around, but my hand usually goes in Jason's face.
I love it.
And it doesn't always make sense. But my question to you is, where do you need a fresh coat of paint? Because sometimes the littlest things make the biggest difference.
Yes.
The littlest things make the biggest difference. I love you guys so much. Let's see if there's any fresh comments here. Denise, good morning, good morning. Sheila's done good with fitness. I'm so proud of you. She had to shop for smaller clothes. Go you. Kimberly Rush is here. Hello. Hopping on late. Well, we're just glad you're here. And we hope you are feeling well and your entire family. And we're getting some laugh emojis. Not sure what we said. Oh, the dingy dingo. Anthony, I'm telling you, that's our new word.
I can almost smell that dingy dingo.
And Marcy says, definitely in a dingy season.
Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh. It just sounds...
I can relate. I can feel that. I've been there. It's there are days when I feel that, and there's days I feel it in the middle, in the morning, in the end. And it's finding that one thing that can get you moving towards the clean.
And sometimes it's just a smallest thing. I know for me, do you know what really moved the needle when I was in my deep depression? Was making my bed immaculately. And I know that that's such a small thing, but I would make my bed immaculately. Like I would get up and I would make it, and I would make sure every single wrinkle and crease.
She would redo my corners and my
pillows.
side.
I would always redo his side. And just having a perfectly made bed made me feel so accomplished. And then I could actually mark off I made the bed. And as soon as you mark something off that to-do list, there's dopamine. There's dopamine and there's epinephrine. Yeah, that hormone. And those two hormones combined,
it's not epinephrine,
just start moving the needle. And you just have to do more things that give you more of those chemicals every day. And you start just slowly turtle stepping.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a song. Sometimes it's a great song. Sometimes it's a prayer. Sometimes it's a great meditation. That meditation by Michael Beckwith blows my mind every day.
And sometimes it's fresh coffee.
Sometimes it's talking to a friend.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.